My major is
Thank you.
my major is healthcare administration. Um, I must say that this trip has opened my eyes into the business world, and it has also increased my horizon as being a better professional. Just being around the professionals those few days, gave me a very big insight on just how to present yourself, how to network, how to just be the person that you should be as a professional.
Yeah.
It also helped me to just um, like I had made a post on Facebook that it was like confirmed to me that I got something out of Charlie Batch's speech, which I got a lot out of everybody's speech, but this really stuck out to me. It was never allow someone to dictate what your life, your future is going to look like. Get
Mm.
out of your element. So that really spoke volume to me. Um, and also to be resilient, always be ready for to be adapt to change. So I'm the type who I'm from a rural area, and everything is so small, and just being up there in Pittsburgh was like such another world to me because it's like everybody's not on the same level as it is down here. So it
Mm.
like kind of opened me up to want to be something bigger and not just something small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there are more opportunities out there. So I really learned a lot from this program, not program, but from the whole conference.
Are you a business major?
I'm a healthcare administration, so it's kind of I learned a lot about leadership in this field.
Mhm.
It's not a business major, but it kind of go hand in hand because
Yeah.
I could be an administrator over a hospital, a doctor's office. So it's business type. Yes, it's pretty much business.
Yes. And what attributes did you learn from the conference that you're going to apply to when you become that healthcare administrator?
My attributes I'm gonna learn is just to be all you can be. Don't just settle for less. Always go higher. Because
Yeah.
I'm the type who don't want to be in the front scene. So
Yeah.
since I've been to the conference, I want to be out there a little more. I don't want to be behind the scene no more.
Yeah.
I'm that type, or I was that type before I went to the conference. I want to be behind the scenes. I don't want everybody to know what I do or blase blase, but I want to, be able to just be who I'm supposed to be as a professional. Just
Yeah.
go to the forefront and stand up and just do what I need to do.
Yes. That's good stuff. Also, at the end of this, do you mind sending a picture to your professor that he could send to me? I would like to have like a mugshot or something to show. Or do y'all have a group picture or anything? Did y'all take one?
I sent you group pictures literally about a half hour, 45 minutes ago,
Okay.
and they most are on LinkedIn, so there are LinkedIn pictures as well.
Okay.
And then they all have pictures with the Super Bowl rings.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll get to those too.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I am not on LinkedIn yet, mainly because I don't have the professional picture. So if the Super Bowl rings picture works, I can send that one. I'm
I-
sorry, I don't have a professional one. I can try to take one, but
You're good.
Also, I want to say one more thing, Miss Taylor.
yes.
If nobody hadn't, well, I'm gonna speak for everybody on this one. If nobody hadn't learned nothing from this conference,
Mhm.
we learned a lot about LinkedIn and how to network.
Why are y'all smiling so much when y'all hear about LinkedIn?
Cause
Oh,
it's like
all we heard about for 3 weeks leading up to the conference, and that's all that we talked. Look, he's got a book on it.
Really?
I wrote a book on LinkedIn, and so I'm a LinkedIn fan.
Oh, wow. You wrote a book?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a conversation piece that I really enjoyed. And I'll give one more LinkedIn comment. I was having a conversation this morning with a colleague, and they're saying HR professionals look more at LinkedIn profiles than they do resumes.
Wow.
So easier to access. It's all online. Somebody's got to send you a resume, but a LinkedIn profile, they do searching keywords. So that's my last LinkedIn pitch for today here. So we'll go with that.
Anybody else ready to tell me their experience?
Jordan, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Me go? Okay.
First and last
Um, so my name is Cameron Cassatori, and ironically, before the conference, my major was English, and now after the conference, I think I'm going to double major in business economics and English.
Wow.
So actually one of the things that I learned from the conference, it just solidified um, my interest in business and that I want to go into business. I came into undergraduate school wanting to go to law school, and then I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but I knew I kind of wanted to go the business route. So going to this conference and seeing all these um, CEOs, CFOs, directors, managers from all these different companies talking about, what they have to do with their business just made me realize how much like that's what I want to do. I want to work in a big business and a big corporation and hopefully be a director or probably not a CFO, but I mean, it'd be great to be a CEO, but I don't really know. I mean, it's kind of like the highest, but we'll see. I want to be high up in a company. So
It's called the C-suite, the chief
yes,
some way.
yes. And it was honestly, as an English major, it was super informative. Like, if you don't have a background in business, you learn so much. I feel like I am now so much more knowledgeable about all different aspects in the business world. And I mean, I don't think you have to be a business major to go and learn a lot from this conference. I think you can be any major and still come out of it with a lot. So I would encourage anyone of any major to go and definitely do it, because also too, it might also, make you realize that you want to do business, because
Yeah.
it was amazing. It was probably one of the best experiences I've had in my time here at Francis Marion. I'm so thankful for the school for sponsoring the trip and everything. Like, everything was paid for. I was treated so well. Dr. Scott was a great advisor. I had great people with me. I was never worried about my safety or anything. It was really, I can't think of a better way to learn than to learn from the people who are currently doing it, besides also getting your degree and. um, but it was amazing, and it was very eye-opening, and you did have people like Charlie Batch and a lot of people from US Steel were there speaking, and you just learned so much, and it just motivated me to work even harder and to just really go after what I want. So hence the major change.
And this is also what I want to ask you. Right now, you see there's 2 females here and only 1 male. I want to talk about representation at the conference. So did you see a lot of women in those top positions? What was that like?
I feel like it was pretty equal. There was definitely a lot of, because you're talking about speakers, right?
Yeah, just people in those positions letting you know that it's possible like that. Yeah.
Yes, they're definitely, because one of the last presentations that we had was a woman named, I think her name was Tony Murphy. Dr. Dell, you can correct me if I think that was her name. And she was a woman of color and a woman. So she was, really, and she was a CEO, I think. She was a CEO. She was so amazing. She was phenomenal. She really just showed that you can defy all the odds. She said favor isn't always fair, but you can still do it. And
Yeah.
she was so inspiring and just lovely, so well spoken. She just showed you that despite the odds, you can accomplish whatever you want, even when the system isn't set up in your favor.
Do you have any
So
specific ideas from her, for mentoring on to how to handle situations? Anything specific that might have talked to you in her presentation?
she talked a lot about networking, honestly, and how these connections and just meeting people, accidentally, like passing by, just how important and they can be and how pivotal they can be for your career and your life going forward. So um she really talked about the importance of just that connection and just representing yourself in a very professional manner, how you always want to be presenting yourself to everyone around you, not just future employers, in a very professional way, and really how important your reputation is. Because at the end of the day, if you have a bad reputation, that's going to hurt you even more, when you have things, external factors against you, and when the system's in a way against you. Um, she talked a lot about the networking and how those connections can be really, really pivotal to your career.
Great stuff. Thank you.
She was awesome. Thank you.
May I say one more thing that she spoke on that really stuck out to me?
Sure.
Her her quote was show up, not only just show up, show out.
Mm. Now go dig a
Yeah.
little deeper in that though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me?
Say that one more time.
Okay, I said dig a little deeper into that for me. How did that connect to you?
That connected to me like if you're gonna show up, not just the way you dress, not just the way you carry yourself, like what are you gonna do when you get there? Don't just sit there and just listen. Speak up, say something, bring something to the table. Just show out, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's appropriate.
I got you. That's very good. Thank you. Good stuff.
You're welcome.
Last
Okay.
but not least.
My name's Jordan King. I'm an HR major here. I'm a senior.
Okay.
I just want to throw this out there. This was, I guess, dedicated to accounting and finance majors. About probably 90% of the people there were accounting and finance majors.
Mhm.
And Francis Marion did not send one accounting or finance major. So, growing up, you get told, or I was always told, you never burn bridges because you don't know when you're going to need somebody.
Right.
And kind of going back to what Cameron was saying, Miss Tony Murphy, she really elaborated on that. She talked about how important it was to network, and she talked about how she'll just meet somebody today and she'll be so impressed that she talked about somebody she met last week and he had an interview within a week with somebody up in the corporation. So she really, like both of them said, talked about how important it is to network. And one of the probably most influential thing that I got from it was to go out and get uncomfortable. Charlie Batch said that a lot. He talked about getting out of your box, but I'm sorry, I've been sick for 2 days.
Okay.
I'm trying. But
Is it COVID? It's not COVID, is it?
I got tested.
Okay.
That's for COVID and the flu. It's not that. But the thing that I really liked about this conference is that we got to go out and show our skills off. So, you sitting at Francis Marion, they try to tell you how to network. They try to tell you how to use LinkedIn, how important it is. They tell you how to go out there and talk to people and get jobs. But on this conference, we actually got to go out and show our skills off. We got to show what we could do. And I mean, we got to dress the part and we got to go out there and act the part. But, if I'm from Lakeview, if I walk somewhere in Lakeview with my suit and tie on, they look at me like I'm funny. You got to go out there and show off how you could talk to people. And it's a confidence booster.
And it shows that you can navigate and adjust. I like that.
Another thing about the whole LinkedIn thing while we were smiling earlier, one of my questions was, how weird it is? And I asked this in front of probably 50 people. I said, how weird it is to ask people what their LinkedIn is or if they have LinkedIn. I said, I grew up in a day where you ask for their number or their Snapchat, their Instagram. Now it's what's your LinkedIn? And that's just so weird.
Yeah.
What's your LinkedIn? But I guess that's the new way to go.
Yeah. And all of y'all LinkedIn's is up to par. You up to par and up to date?
Of course.
Okay. Good stuff. Anything else you would like to add?
I'm good.
Okay. It's a pleasure talking to y'all. Anything else anybody would like to add?
Shout out Francis Marion.
Shout out to Dr. Scott and Francis Marion. And thank you for wanting to interview us.
I actually do think I have one more thing. One thing I also wanted to mention was kind of about also to that whole friendship aspect that you get from the conference. Not only did I get closer to the people that, I came with, but I also got to meet a lot of people from all over. I mean, we met a guy named Julius who's from New Mexico, but goes to school in Colorado. We met people from Ohio. We met one of the girls that I spent most of my time with there, who was in a lot of my groups, I'm from Pennsylvania. Wow. And she's also from Pennsylvania, and she's on the western part of the state. I'm on the eastern part. And she and I both said, when I'm home in the summer, we're going to meet up and catch up and stuff, so it was really great because, you meet all these new people. And again, that's just almost like what Miss Tony was saying. It helps build your network too, and you're also not only are you building your network, but you're also building and forming friendships that may last for life. So, that was really nice too, and yes, of course, obviously, thank you to Dr. Scott for taking us and for picking us, of course, but really everything, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was such a great, I can't even say how highly I think of the conference, being able to go. I just think it was such a wonderful experience that you can't get, from anything else. And yes, thank you too so much for interviewing us. Thank you so much.
You guys inspired me, so I appreciate that.
Taylor, I just want to add, and I do thank you as well. You could tell, I think these folks had a good time. They were engaged, and I will tell you how I'm impressed I am in general with Francis Marion students, but especially at this conference with the folks that came along. They took advantage of what was there and to be offered. I mean, I was able to meet with colleagues. They had some separate sessions just for faculty folks, and separate from the students, which was very much worthwhile. And then some of the people I knew and some of the people I didn't, which is like any other conference. But the ideas you come back with. I came back inspired, not just by meeting colleagues, but by my students that inspired me. And I just want to say thank you.
Yes.
For my students.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. It's a pleasure. Nice meeting y'all.
Nice meeting you. Take care.
We'll see you again.
All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.